Thank you, Ms Vaz. It is a pleasure to serve under your chairship. Cycling infrastructure in rural areas across my constituency of Huntingdon is poor, and in most cases non-existent. Too many of our towns and villages lack the connectivity required to make them easily reachable by bike, often including roads that cannot be cycled on and no feasible alternative routes. Even as a keen and confident sports cyclist, there are a number of routes within Huntingdon that I will avoid using because they are objectively too dangerous to cycle on. This is very evident when you consider the impracticality of travelling into Huntingdon and St Ives by bicycle from many of our surrounding villages, making commuting by bike for work or for school too difficult for too many. St Ives is a town that desperately needs people to work and shop within it, yet it is largely reliant upon people driving into it. There are persistent traffic problems approaching the town from the east, with the Harrison Way roundabout a constant issue during peak times. Yet the Needingworth Road, which connects Colne, Bluntisham, Erith and Needingworth itself to St Ives, is the A1123, fast and arrow straight, not well lit, and a road I would not advise anyone to cycle on. Approaching St Ives from the north, we have the Somersham Road. Though only a B road, it is again arrow straight and very fast, with significant use by lorries. Indeed, it also includes the Wheatsheaf Crossroads, which has seen a number of road traffic accidents. The County Council is still yet to spend the money it has allocated to upgrading the junction and making it safer. Huntingdon itself is particularly poorly served. The town in theory has a cycle path around the ring road, but this is a shared cycle path with pedestrians that in places is no wider than a single individual. The tragic case of the death of cyclist Celia Ward in 2020, who fell into the road after an altercation with a pedestrian on the cycle path, illustrates the unsuitability of it. Approaching Huntingdon from villages to the north towards the Witton roundabout on the A141 into Hertford is again a journey fraught with danger, and not one I would expect any cyclist to undertake as part of their daily commute. The A141 is one of the busiest and fastest roads in the constituency, and in response to the recent consultation, I made clear that cycling infrastructure must be considered in any new plans. Meanwhile, there is only one current cycle infrastructure project under discussion within the constituency. As part of their plans to improve the national cycle network, Sustrans has proposed a quiet way, closing the Grafham Road to motor vehicles between the villages of Grafham and Brampton. Now, this is a road that I regularly use as a cyclist, but it is also a vital lifeline between the two villages, as well as reducing the need to take the more circuitous routes to the north and south, which involve using dual carriageways. Opposition to the scheme from local residents, including those who are cyclists, has been significant, with many well-attended local parish council meetings in order to discuss it. The road itself is not busy. A more sensible decision would be to reduce the speed limit from the current national speed limit to a more realistic 20 miles per hour, thereby making the route far friendlier to pedestrians, cyclists and equestrians alike, without the need to ban motor vehicles and cut the village off. In Tilbrook, the Parish Council is working hard to establish a feasibility assessment for the proposed Kym Valley Way cycle path, linking the villages of Tilbrook and the village of Kimbolton, eliminating the need to cycle on a fast and sweeping country road with poor visibility on bends for those wishing to travel between the two villages by bike. It is schemes like these, designed by locals, for locals, that we should be investing our time and effort in delivering, rather than top-down diktats that lack local buy-in. We must ensure that when cycling infrastructure is proposed, it is done so sympathetically and with the needs of local communities in mind. Attempting to railroad through a proposal because it looks good on paper is where schemes such as the Grafham Quiet Way have gone wrong. Lack of engagement, lack of understanding of rural needs and lack of strategic planning are the reason we have reached the point we have, where in a constituency like Huntingdon, cycling is not considered to be viable for so many in rural communities.